Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another new exciting product to test out for you guys, and this is actually a completely new brand to me. I have never purchased anything from this brand before, so it makes it even more exciting. And what I'm talking about is, of course, Colourpop. I purchased their Element of Surprise palette. It went on sale October 26th, and I just received it in the mail yesterday on October 30th. So they had really fast shipping, which I was really impressed about. They are a LA company and they are made in the USA. They are cruelty free and all of that good stuff. Their products are extremely affordable as well. I was able to pick up the Element of Surprise palette for only $16, which in comparison to a lot of palettes, that is a great price. I know it is because their pan sizes are a little bit smaller, but you know, I am okay with that. I feel like we need some affordable products. There are way too many products that are just going up and up in price, especially at the drugstore. I have seen a lot of increases in price and it doesn't need to be that way. So I applaud Colourpop 100% for being able to keep their price points so low and being able to give an affordable option to everyone. So the Element of Surprise palette, of course, has 12 shadows. Let me show you guys. So what really drew me in and made me make my first purchase with Colourpop was this purple shade, which I think everybody is just looking at and is like, oh. Now in this palette itself, you do get 5 mattes and the rest are shimmers or little glittery ones, which I am completely okay with. I love when I have a palette that has mattes in it. Personally, I'm not one who sees an all shimmery palette and is like, ah, oh, I have to have that. I like to have my mattes within it because I cannot create an all glitter eye look like most of us, and I like to have some that are kind of laid out for me in which I don't have to have out a bunch of different palettes in order to create one eye look. Now what you'll also notice inside of this palette is that of course there is no mirror. I know they are starting to make mirrors inside of a few of their palettes. I think they're kind of testing it out. It is a $2 price difference, so this one is $16. The ones with mirrors are $18, which is still a really good price point. I personally like the having mirrors better because when I am creating my shadows, I like to have the palette and then kind of be like dip back and forth. And when I went to do my shadows, I actually picked it up and I was like, oop, that's not a mirror. And I had to set it down, pick up another mirror, and then kind of like transfer back and forth. So it's just a little bit more convenient. Now, of course, the eye look in which I have on my eyes today is what I created using all of the Colourpop shadows, which I'm going to be doing my video a little bit differently. Normally, I do kind of a tutorial style video. I'm going to be testing out just later on in the video, telling you guys which one I use and doing drop-in clips of how I applied them and seeing how that works. If you guys prefer me doing it this way than the tutorial method, or prefer the tutorial method over this one, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love your feedback on it. But before we get to that portion, let's dive in with some swatches. So I'm going to be going from left to right in the palette, row by row. Also, please excuse this mark right here. I was wearing my watch and it kind of was a little bit too tight, so I apologize about that. But I will show you guys really quick the first swatch. I'm going to start back here and then keep going. So here are all the shadows from left to right. They picked up so beautifully. I was honestly so impressed. So as you can see, I have all of these swatches here and I am honestly so impressed with them. Now of course the lighter shades do not pick up quite as well. And I wanted to show that the purple that is in the palette is not exactly a strong, heavy, kind of metallic purple. It is kind of like a top coat in a way, I believe. I will kind of show you guys a little bit closer. As you can see, it's more of just like a shiny kind of topper coat. I would definitely think you'd need a purple base underneath, or it would just be kind of like an inner corner highlight or a little topper that you put on top of something else. It is not going to pick up kind of like it is in the pan. It is definitely going to be a little bit more of a sheerer tone. However, the rest of these shadows in here are absolutely beautiful. So when I applied my eyeshadow today, I began with Go With The Flow as the transition shade. I used my Morphe Y16 to apply it. And when I applied it, I realized that it was a lot more warm tone than just a straight brown. It had a very nice red tone to it. Then once I had my transition shade built up, I went in with Late Night. And I used my Morphe Y15 brush to apply that in the outer V and a little bit below where I placed my transition shade, and just blended that out. Then to darken up the crease, I went in with Peace of Mind on my Morphe Y19 brush, and this was a very nice dark red that I just kind of packed on the outer edges and then blended outwards. I had no problem blending it out or being able to make it very dark to where I wanted it. For all over the lid, I went in with Feels, which is the most gorgeous shade that I think I have ever seen. I have not had anything like it. It had a beautiful blue, greenish, purplish iridescence inside of it that was very shimmery and glittery, and I absolutely fell in love with this color. Here's a little bit of a close-up of my eye look. Now, the blendability of these shadows are really nice. I was thinking at first it wasn't going to be that great because I did have one area when I went in with a darker shadow that was called Late Night. Yeah, I went in with that, and then all of a sudden it kind of skipped a little bit. But I went back in with another brush and blended it out, and everything went smoothly, and it was really nice to blend out. After that, I had no issues with the blendability of it. I was really impressed. They were also very pigmented from the get-go. I did not have to keep like digging into the palette and then placing it on my eyes, having it like kind of wash away and then keep having to reapply. I was able to place it on my eyelids, blend it out, and then kind of call it a day. It was definitely a very easy eye look to create, although it doesn't look that easy, which is one of the things I really like. You want to look like you took your sweet ass time with it, but I really threw this kind of together really quickly. In this palette, I believe the absolute showstoppers are all of the shimmers, which there are so many in here. The transition shades are very beautiful. They pair nicely with the other colors that are in here. But I believe that this palette is 100% worth it. I feel like you will not be able to find a palette in your collection in which you have these shades that are in here. It is an extremely beautiful palette in which all of the shimmers have different tones to them. It is definitely a surprise kind of shadow. Each one, if you turn it different ways, you're able to see different colors in it. I am so happy that this was my first purchase from Colourpop because I am extremely impressed with it. The pigmentation was nice, the blendability was nice, the surprise of the colors shifting in different colors is extremely amazing because it is unlike anything in which I already own, which is what you want from a new palette. You don't want to pick up another one that is like your 20 other thousand shadows that you own. So if you have not yet looked into the Colourpop shadows, or if you have not looked into the Element of Surprise palette, I highly recommend that you at least check them out. I think that you would not regret purchasing it. It's a great price, $16, free shipping over $30, and then you get a bunch of different shadows in which you probably do not have in your collection. I think that is completely a win. So with that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you like this style of my review of the palettes instead of the actual longer, more tutorial style, please let me know in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you do. I post 2 times a week. I post once on Wednesdays, the second time on Sundays. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!